Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome to my channel Papercraft Secrets. Today I'm sharing an Easter layout. It's a 12 by 12 single page layout and it's got a special Easter theme. I created this layout with the beautiful Mintay Beauty in Bloom collection. Let's get started and I'll show you exactly how I created this layout. I began with two 6x4 landscape photographs of my two little boys dressing up in Easter bonnet hat and Easter bunny ears. I took them outside to the cubby house and I took their photos outside in the cubby house on a sunny day. I wanted to mount each of the photographs with recycled cardboard to make the photos pop. So I cut a little bit of the cardboard and I glued that onto the back of the photo. I'm using this beautiful page from the Mintay Beauty in Bloom collection. It's a very busy page. I don't like to be shy of busy pages because I feel that most of the work is done for you anyway. So you could also do this with a plain page as well. You could create this exact layout with a plainer page as well. I had a little bit of leftover fence there that I thought added to the Easter theme, and I had already fussy cut many elements from this kit. I found a sentiment from the 12 by 12 cardboard sticker sheet that I wanted to use on my layout. And I was thinking of putting this cluster of embellishments in between the two photographs. I wanted to add some cheesecloth into this layout because I had a lot of paper layers and I like to add cheesecloth in between layers to soften those paper layers a little bit. I'm going to use some more recycled cardboard on the back of a lot of these fussy cut elements. You could also use double-sided tape or mounting tape, depending on how fat and how thick you wanted your layout to be. I wasn't concerned about the thickness of this layout, I really just wanted to enjoy embellishing it. I wanted to use my favorite flowers, Prima flowers, in this layout. And I wanted to have a go at layering the flowers. Just doubling the thickness of the recycled cardboard on the back of this sentiment so that it pops up quite high on the layout. That was a little bit of chipboard that I wanted to add into the bottom of the floral cluster. So I'm going to start gluing down this cluster here because I'm happy with what I've got so far. So I'm just going to glue in that piece of chipboard. I'm going to glue in some cheesecloth And then I'm going to glue on that fussy cut image there. So you only can just see the chipboard poking out, but you could move it more out if you wanted more of it to be seen. Then I've got these little tiny little floral branches that I'm going to add in. I'm just putting a little bit of recycled cardboard on the back of that so that I can glue that in. Under that bigger flower cluster. I'm shaping this flower cluster to suit the edges of the photo. So it's sort of like a upside down L shape. It's going to go across the bottom of the top flower photo and then down the side of the second photo. This is my next flower cluster here, which is going to go over the join between the two photos. So my plan is to use these white sort of cotton branch here. It's using some foam dots, some mounting dots, to give that extra height and dimension. Just going to pop that on top. So maybe I put that over a little bit too far. Bring that back a bit. Then I'm going to have my beautiful Prima flowers that are going to be sort of like the showcase of the layout. I got a little bit of glue there on the photo, but I'm just rubbing it off. I hate that. I hate getting glue on photos. But you can't really see it. It's okay. And I'm layering that third Prima flower on top of the gap of the two others. I'm going to make another floral cluster down here at the bottom corner of this photo. I'm happy with my sentiment there, so I'm going to glue that on. I'm going to add that little floral cluster in behind, and that will go up against the side of the first photo. And that just softens the edge of the photo. I'm going to add some cheesecloth in as well to soften it a little bit more. I've already cut these little butterflies from the Wings Fussy Cutting Mintay book, and I'm going to use those in the layout because I absolutely love butterflies, and it's a spring themed layout. I'm thinking I'll add another one of those chipboard pieces up there. This helps me follow the line that I want for my floral cluster. I'm just keeping them natural. I'm going to glue my fence on. I wish I had more of this fence left over because it's so cute. But that was the last little bit of it. So it's a perfect layout for a bit of white fence. I'm going to add these little fussy cut clusters in on the corner. I'm going to add a double layer of cardboard there so that it is higher. This little image will become higher than the photograph so that it will sit out over the top of the photograph and overlap the photograph. I'm actually adding a third layer so that it sits up high enough. Again, if you didn't want your layout to be bulky, just ignore all the extra cardboard and just glue everything down nice and flat. Just adding a little bit of cheesecloth into behind that photo, behind that little floral cluster. It's looking cute. I did have some little bunnies, but I couldn't work them into the layout this time. Just adding in another one of those little cotton flowers. They were really good, those little branches, to just add to the floral clusters and give them that L shape. Choosing another butterfly, I'm just choosing this colour here. This will match in with the blue that Billy's wearing. And then another little branch there. I'm going to add some white crinkled ribbon to this floral cluster here to let that hang down. I like to put my butterflies on an angle, like on a diagonal. So you can see I put the blue one on one diagonal line and the yellowy green one on the opposite diagonally line. Here's me trying to find a little spot for a bunny. I'm going to add in those little bits up there so that it softens the sharp edge. It gives an extra layer. Adding in a little bit more cheesecloth. Then one of those little branches, they're really cute. Well, that does look cute, that little bunny there. I don't think I end up using it, but that would be cute in that spot. I'm making another shabby ribbon bow to add in here. I'll just trim that off so it doesn't hang in the face. And maybe we'll glue it up higher. Yes, there we go. About another butterfly, that might work. Just checking for colours. You think yellow, pink? It's hard to choose, isn't it? I like yellow, but I also like pink. Let's go with pink. This layout was a bit of wow factor involved. I really wanted it to sort of really pop. So I didn't hold back with the flowers or the butterflies. It's nearly finished now. I'm going to add in a couple of little pearls into the flowers. I like the way I've seen people put these little pearls into flowers. So I'm going to give it a try. I've watched a video on Frank Garcia and he added little pearls into flowers. I'm just going to work on this edge of the photo up here at the top now. I just want to soften that because every other edge is sort of softened with embellishments and this one's sort of just a harsh straight line. So I'm going to attempt to add some little fussy cut flowers in behind this photo so that it loses that sharp edge. Little daffodil, little branch, and that flower there on the corner. I've also got this picture here that I think will fit in nicely down the side there. I'm just going to pop that in there. I'm thinking I might add a flower cluster on the corner of that photo to just finish that little bit off there. Adding in some more ribbon. A little bit of cheesecloth. Another butterfly. Let's glue that down. I'm just tossing out whether I should put the cheesecloth on first or the flower on first. Maybe another bit of cheesecloth just on the top there. Then we've got our butterfly. The layout's just about finished now. I'm just going to sprinkle over with some white misting spray to give it a little bit of a mixed media look to the layout. I'm just covering up the photos so that the white misting spray doesn't get on the photos. Just dipping my paintbrush into the misting spray and then hitting the paintbrush with my scissors. Let me just get a better paintbrush. That one was a bit dry. That one hadn't been washed. That's better. That's working heaps better. This paintbrush is a fresh one. So yeah, just hitting the paintbrush with the scissors, and that creates those little white dots. This just makes it look pretty. We have a few of these little white dots all over the place. And there we go. This is the layout. You can see all the little white dots. You can see that's the floral clusters there. The pearls in there. The ribbon and the cheesecloth. It's the sentiment. You can see the height of the layout, like it's quite chunky, which is what the look I was going for. I've got to work out some frames to put these chunky layouts in. And that's the completed layout. I had an absolute ball making this layout. It was just so much fun. It was pure creative bliss. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you get a chance to scrap some Easter photos. I would like to wish you a really happy Easter. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and have a lovely crafty day.